Hi, very warm and humid in London today. Very overcast, thundery. So I don't know what that's going to do to the watercolour paper, but I'm going to do a line and wash. And the great thing about having so many now stacked on one of my tables, I can work from what I've already painted. This was the Surrey Hills scene, made up. There's just a background of hills. This was a pure watercolour winter scene. Then maybe I'll do a winter scene again. Might cool me down, but I'm going to do a line and wash. You seem to like those, and I like doing them. Right, now rather than wait for inspiration, I find that doing it is the inspiration, because quite often you feel as if you don't really want to paint, you've got nothing to say. But that's just an excuse. Once you get down to starting something, you can get lost in it. So I've been using these riggers and other old worn out brushes for using with my ink. It's just black waterproof ink. Doesn't matter what make. It's black waterproof. But you have to make sure it is dry before you put any water on it, because it does lurk underneath the skin for the unwary, and it'll travel all over your paper if you're not careful. So I'll do some sort of drawing, and then I'll give it a blow with the hairdryer and do it that way. Okay, so we've got sort of gentle hills. The sort of river mole valley. It's very lovely, very popular with walkers, and we've done all the walks in that area over the years. Don't do much now, but right, okay. Ink on the brush, and we'll just show some sort of landscape here, just gently sloping down, and then come down, and then on the other side, not in dead centre, just come up the other side a bit. I will have a track going in, but being a snow scene, there won't be much of it. Just show some where the snow goes into the tracks and on the path. And I like using the edge of the rigger and just dragging up, just to show some grasses and bits and pieces, just poking through, and it also shows the shape of the ground. So we can just. Now I'm using the Bockingford £140 rough. It's slightly rougher than the Fabriano, but it's a bit heavier. Okay, that'll do for that. And we can do similar up here. So we're just coming up here. Just filling in some don't want to do too much of it because it's going to be covered in snow, but once some of the bits just showing through, I'll change my brush. Use a different pot for cleaning your brushes. Then there's a lot of paint and stuff that's dried in the the brush itself. I think some of the hairs are sticking together, so we'll use this one, try this one. Right, let's go in with some trees now. Being right-handed, I'll start from the left. From the left and work to the right. you need a source of light, so probably the light coming through here. So you can draw these as open sides, or you can make them solid in silhouette. But remember, the light is on the right of this, so and if you make a bit of a mess of this, you can put ivy all over it. Always a good dodge. Remember, some branches come down and so it always looks good at this stage because it's the contrast between the black and the white that is so attractive. Oh, we just had some bits of stuff coming out of there. There's nothing planned about this. It's just making marks on the paper and just enjoying yourself. You know, I'm sweating. I've been out my bike today. You see the little grandson loaded to play football. Scored a magnificent goal, but it was in his own net. But he enjoys it, and we enjoy watching him and giving him the encouragement. Okay, so let's just put some bits and pieces here. Yeah, that's looking right. I think that'll be solid there. Okay. There'll be some shrubby trees in here, I think. I'm just using the dry brush now, just dragging over the top of this, over the paper, catching the high spots. And we'll have a leaning tree here. Okay, so we'll balance it up with some stuff over here. Maybe we'll make the sides a bit heavier, or I want some thickness here. It's a bit weak there. That's better. Now I can go over that with the grassy ivy colour. Let's just straighten that up. Right, let's. The danger is making your trees the same, like I've done there. You must watch out for that. It's easy to do. It's a sort of a psychological thing. You think, oh, that's good, I'll do another one there. And then you've got the similar trees going all the way through. So we've got to make one much more different than, see, that's going to be different to that. So I'm going to have to lean that one in a bit. But So here we are, but I want this one to be smaller than the one on the other side. So I might even have to make the other one bigger. Okay. Just like a bit of a copse in here. By the time I put the canopies, when I say canopy, I mean the whole arrangement of twigs and branches that give a shape to the tree, even though it hasn't got any leaves on it. Leaves. And then we'll just put some heavy ones here and there. Okay. This is just my way of doing something, but because we do it one day, it doesn't mean to say I'll do it another day. Right, let's just put some heavier stuff in there. So I can show the canopy like that, just by trying to put some colour on it. Seems a shame to put any paint on, doesn't it? Okay, so I reckon that'll do. If I wanted to be naff, I could put a fence in, but I put all this dark stuff where I would otherwise put a fence. But that would do. So let's put some hills in the background. Now, I didn't really feel like painting this morning. I'm sweaty and I've been out on my bike, here and everywhere. But once you sit down and get stuck in, something else sort of takes over. Right? If you're listening on headphones, take them off now. I'm just going to dry my ink. There is another technique called wash and line, where you do it the reverse. You do your painting, and then you draw it into your painting. But it's a good way it's a very sort of impressionist way. It lends itself to very simple washes. No detail. The detail being the drawing. But of course, this is limitless. This is what I do. I don't really want to do watercolour houses and stuff, buildings, other than just as objects as landscape. I don't want to make pictures of them. I'm interested in light and air, airy things, atmosphere, distance, bit of mystery, rather than some sort of graphic masterpiece. I couldn't do it anyway. Right. Who's pinched my hate? There it is. Right, usual colours, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna, which I use probably more than the burnt umber now. I'll just give that a bit of a soften clean. Right, I'm going to do this wet in wet. I'm going to wet the paper all over. Now, being slightly rougher surface, it will take more water, and the atmosphere today will dry this as well. Oh well, it might even keep it damp, I don't know. We'll see. But while it's wet, I'm going to put my basic washes in. Winter, I like using burnt sienna in the sky. It needs to be clean, rather than the grey that's usually mixed in with it. And you can mix a bit of raw sienna as well. This gives a nice warm tint to the whole cloudy area and the snow. Have a piece of cloth handy to wipe your brush. I will be going on holiday in the not too distant future to Cornwall, and I'm always at a loss as to what to take. I've done a lot of painting actually not in where I'm actually being inspired by, but we use a trailer tent and plenty of room, and I can either sit outside or inside depending on the weather and paint away, but I don't seem to make any great progress with it. Better I take some paper with me and some ink and do a number of sketches of the Cornish coast and byways and paint them when I come back as demonstrations. That's what I'm thinking of doing anyway. Right, I want some nice cloud on there, so a bit of ultramarine, Payne's grey, bit of alizarin in there, nice heavier. Right, now the light's coming from here, so I'll put I'll keep that bit fairly unpainted, alizarin. Let's just put a bit of so the light, that shadow will come down there from the trees and there. Right, let's go a bit deeper with that cloud at the top there. Threatening. Okay. Right, we'll let that go, but that's going to a nice hard edge there. That's luck. You have all these happy accidents. So that will be the underneath of a cloud, and I reckon we can put in some bit of greeny stuff behind there. Just let him go quite according to plan there. Right, I'm going to dry this now, so beware. Only so I can put in some background colours. I'm going to mix a little bit of green with the sky colours, so a bit of heavier blue in there. And a bit of sienna in there. and I'll get a bit darker hill there. And then let's get a real good dark in there. So burnt sienna, Payne's grey, ultramarine, fairly dry brush, ultramarine and blue, and burnt sienna is good dark. So let's just let's get some of that in there. This is the background, but you want a lot of thick paint. If you're painting on wet and you want to register, you really need to get some thick juicy paint on your brush. You can really do that with the palette that I used the other day, where I used paint straight from the tube. So look, there we are. That's what I'm doing. Nice heavy blues. Blue and that burnt sienna. It's great warm darks. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Not that bit of hair that's just gone on there. Now, I could just etch into that with a sharp edge of a, oops, oh dear, I'll have to obliterate that and do that again. Okay, that'll do. Right, let's. I want to clean out some of that there. That's got a bit awry. So let's just dry that with a bit of tissue. Wet it first, and just blot it. That's okay. I'll go paint over there anyway, but I wasn't happy with it. I just a bit of a dry. Up, mind your ears. Go. See the blues in this horizon mixture make it look wintry and cooler. Paper's still a bit croggly. Right, I'm going to use my mop, my squirrel mop, there we are, because I want to put some nice I'm going to use that blue again. I'm going to put the canopy on now. That's what I meant to say. So I'm just using the burnt sienna and ultramarine for that. Alright. So there's my shape. Right. Let's go on the other side. See if I can get some nice juicier paint on there. that's got to register against that darker cloud, so just using the belly of the brush here just to do that. Right. Now, yellow, sienna, grey. Just dragging over the surface of the paper, just catching. This is my green ivy, or greenish. More colour in there. Just adding a bit of colour, a bit of interest in this tree here. Okay. I'm only using this so that bit by bit I get more used to it. I could have used my number 12 nylon mix, nylon sable mix, more nylon than sable of course. Right, while that's drying, I'm going to just go into here now. So we've got this nice cloud colour, so we can shadow that's the track there. Let's get some, oops. That went wrong. I usually do that with a rigger. Why did I change my mind? Right. There we are, coming across here. Well, something like that. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Don't want to put words in your mouth, but I quite like that. So I'm just using this rigger now to do what I should have done here. You need some real thick paint there. Right, I was thinking of putting a figure in or two, but the only place I've really got is up here, because I put this, so we'll leave that figureless. I'll just put some twigs, branches, I'm using burnt sienna and the ultramarine. It's a good mix for your dark, greys, warm, cool. You can, depending how much blue or sienna you use. Look, that's all I'm doing. Look, it's thick enough. Just put a few in there, and it definitely needs some up here. Need plenty of water with this. And put some blue branches in, which will hopefully make it look as if there's some stuff going on behind that tree, as there would be. Just some light. I might be overdoing this, but okay, I'll sign that, I reckon. Let's put a mount on it, we'll have a look, see what it says. I don't know, painting snow scenes in the middle of summer. There we are, so that's quite a reasonable demo. So, Surrey Hills, summer version. I'll find a title for it. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Let's have a look at what we've done. Just focus. Okay. Oops. Well, there's my cloud. That was luck. There's my ivy. Go into the foreground. So that's all I've done for the land, for the snow. Just put a bit of shadow colour, and it gives an impression of there being undulations and things. Let's just bring that camera around a bit. Sorry to muck you about them. That's right. Right, well there we are. One picture. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.